Steelman on the pitch. Comes near side. It's Mealy. Spencer Smith for Hawaii is down and hurt. Spencer Smith.
Warriors safety Spencer Smith broke his right forearm September 11th against Army. Injury was supposed to take him out 6 to 8 weeks to heal. He's right in the middle of that recovery. This week counts week number 7, and he'll be suiting up, joining his teammates against Boise State.
Not looking good, though, for Hawaii defensive back Spencer.
You couldn't miss the big party, could you?
Nah, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to come back. I was more hard mentally than physically. Just watching them play and not being part of it was the hardest part. Physically, I thought it was easy, you know. I'm young, so I heal faster than most people, so mentally it was the hardest part.
Welcome to Sports. Jamar Webster here. Spencer Smith, before he went down, was an intricate part of the Warriors' defense, brought leadership and experience, was supposed to suit up last week against the University of Idaho, but was held out. This week, he wasn't taking no for an answer.
I told him, you guys are clearing me for this, or you guys are going to hear it in the doctor's office. But definitely this day was the day that I knew I had to come back for. It's my senior year. They're #2 in the nation. I mean, it doesn't get much bigger than this. And I mean, I'm hungry. I just want to play.
Picked quite the week to return. Boise State, behind Heisman hopeful Kellen Moore, scores 48 points per game. That's second in the country. Broncos, since joining the WAC, have never lost on the blue turf. But the Warriors understand that's not the reason they're winning.
They game plan defenses, so they don't just run their typical plays every game where you could just find tendencies and stuff. So they game plan the D and they run certain plays according to strengths and weakness. So we just gotta come on our A game.
Task seems insurmountable, but if any team can do it in the WAC, it's the University of Hawaii. 5-0 in conference, another day closer to kickoff. Teams looking to make history and win in Boise. Game time set for 9:30 Hawaii.
Hey, welcome back. The Warrior football team touched a practice field for the first time in Boise today. Special correspondent Liz Chun is on the road with Hawaii and tells us whether or not receiver Kealoha Pilares took part in his first practice this week.
Day one in Boise included a couple of surprises for the Warriors. The weather here has warmed up to the 70s, and standout receiver Kealoha Pilares returned to practice for the first time this week.
Has he said anything to you about his condition or how he's feeling as of late?
Yeah, he's walking around normal. You know, he said he feels good.
While a strained hamstring still limited Kealoha Pilares to position drills for the first half of practice, his teammates say that's all they needed to see.
Him getting out there and catching junk balls and, you know, running around a little bit is encouraging for us. We need him out there, so we hope he's ready to go.
You know, as long as he's 100% on Saturday, you know, he doesn't need much practice anymore. We already know what we got to do.
Coach Mack says Pilares, who leads UH with 12 touchdowns and ranks 7th nationally for receiving, will make the game-time decision on whether he plays or not. In the meantime, the senior slotback is undergoing special treatments to help him heal.
They brought a machine that call it an ARP machine that works on those kind of injuries, and he's been getting 2 treatments a day.
All indications are that Pilares will play, but if he happens to even just share playing time, then you bring in Dustin Blount.
Dustin Blount's been doing a good job for us. Very quick, great hands, you know, a different type of player, but, you know, a good slot back for us. And, you know, possibly we could split the 2 of them. It just depends on where Kealoha is.
With a 3-1 road record this season, the Warriors say they're used to traveling and showed it, bouncing back after settling into Boise at 2 a.m. Mountain Time.
It's a good thing Coach Mack has us practice early in the morning, so I mean, we're ready to play at any time of the day, so I mean, we should be adjusted. But it felt good. It felt good out there. It felt like guys are moving around.
Like today we practiced around at the same time we're going to be playing. It's fine, you know, it's not that big of a difference from here to home, and the weather is actually pretty nice.
Hawaii's practice at Meridian High School felt pretty appropriate considering this is Warriors Stadium. As for the final walkthrough, the Warriors will be at Bronco Stadium Friday afternoon. Reporting from Boise, Idaho for Hawaii News Now, I'm Liz Chun.
Thanks, Liz. The Warriors and Broncos get things going at 9:30 in the morning Saturday. The game can be seen on ESPNU. That's channel 219 on digital cable. Meanwhile, the Rainbow Wahine basketball team tips off.
It's being called one of the biggest games in UH football history. This Saturday, the Warriors step onto the blue field to take on the Boise State Broncos with sole possession of first place in the WAC standings hanging in the balance. Broncos are undefeated and ranked 4th in this week's BCS standings and have been talked about as a possible national championship contender. Hawaii has gained some momentum, though, and some respect thanks to its current 6-game win streak. But the Broncos are 59-2 since 1999 on their home field. Part of the reason they're considered 3-touchdown favorites over the Warriors. So what kind of shot does Hawaii have? Well, let's bring in the national pundits.
And I think Hawaii's got an outstanding chance to maybe catch Boise State off guard a little bit. Hawaii throws it around all over the place. They've got one of the best offenses in the country, and I really think they could come in there and play the role of spoiler.
And I want to watch this game too, because this is the #1 passed offense versus the #1 passed defense. And watch Boise, guys. They're never out of position. They play bubble screens. They play everything just like you're supposed to. And as much credit as we give Alabama for being disciplined and well coached, I tell you what, I'm so impressed with that defense, and I want to see what they do against this high-flying attack in Hawaii.
Does anybody give Hawaii a chance in this one?
Oh, yeah. I would love to give them a chance, but you think about the guys who are in Hawaii flying over there. I mean, this game's going to be a 9:30 a.m. start for them. That's going to be the biggest test for them, flying over there and make sure they're prepared physically, just dealing with the time change.
Well, I think if you look at Brian Moniz, he has a chance if he can stay healthy, stay away from the interceptions. And their running game is pretty solid. I think if you look at Hawaii, if they're able to do some things there, Louisiana Tech exposed Boise a little bit. Hawaii just doesn't play well in Boise.
Saying there's a chance.
There's a chance, right? Boise State is 7-0, 3-0 in the WAC. Warriors are 7-2, 5-0 in conference. Kickoff Saturday morning is set for 9:30 Hawaii time.